guys. So it's time that I address the stuff that's been in the back of my videos. Hi, I'm oddfud. I'm a crafter and an artist, and I'm learning how to sew, and I love learning how to do things and making things, and that takes up a lot of space. It takes a lot of materials. It takes a lot of tools, and those are things that I need to keep track of. I am very bad at keeping track of my things and like putting them in a place where I don't feel completely overwhelmed when I want to start a project. So like sometimes I have like an hour to do a project, but I spend 55 minutes of it clearing a space to get started. So I want to make it a little bit better. So I'm making up this craft room here. I've been on this journey for a long time, for maybe my entire life, but this particular craft room for maybe a couple of years, but in earnest the last couple of months since the start of the year. And I got a lot of my stuff out here, pens, markers, all that, from shelves, closets, different places in the house, as well as different places in this room. And I have tried to collect it all here. I tried to clear out the closet, which is pretty much clear, and clear off a shelf, which was overloaded in an unuseful way. And I'm trying to get it back into a better place. So let me do a little closer look at what we're dealing with. So we have some paint, some pens, some markers, washi tape, ribbons, laces, sewing things, things for crafting journals, like partially done projects, things for binding journals, things for making clay, like all of that kind of stuff. I have recently cleared off this shelf, and even more recently gotten those clear bins that I'm going to start using. I had those for something else, but I cleared them all out. I just need to clean them and then start using them. But I think before I get to the actual organization part, I need to separate everything into my categories. So I don't think I'm going to go through and do all of these categories today, but I'll try to separate things into their different big categories as much as possible. So I guess we just have to get started. About like 3 weeks ago-ish, I made this list here of all the different categories of things that I have for my art, my projects, my crafting, sewing, all of that. And then I broke it down into different categories of my categories: sewing, at the ready, embellishments, paper stuffs, big tools, and project boxes. For today, I'm going to try to separate things into these bigger categories and then work on the smaller categories in their individual videos. But I think doing these bigger categories might be not fun, but like might be important for me to be able to tackle them all one at a time. So let's make some signs for them. Alright, so I have my embellishments, project boxes, things that I've already started, my paper stuffs, my things that I want at the ready, my sewing, I have it on the floor here, and then project box 2, I just put it there with my binding stuff to remind me that project box 2 represents like things that you need to keep like all the materials together for each project. But before I get to putting things out on all of their different categories and organizing things, I'm just going to make it a little bit easier so I can put my notebook away. I'm going to write out all of the little sections that I had written out and put them by the main papers. And then I'm just going to start separating things into their little categories. Alright, so I've gotten started. I did just a couple of things, but I got like my embellishments, the things that I want to have for when I'm decorating things. I didn't have anything for project boxes that I've already started yet. I did have more paper things than I thought, even when I've just started. And then the most things that I have is at the ready, which is pens, markers, scissors. This is definitely going to be something that I think I'll want to declutter. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. And then I have sewing on the floor, which was a great idea. And then the project boxes for like specific projects that I haven't started yet, or projects that need like specific tools that I can like kind of put together, but I don't need to see on an everyday basis. I have those over there on the floor. And the reason why I don't have anything in boxes yet is because I don't want my mind to be boggled down by like what I can fit in a box and whatnot. So I'm just like making big piles like this. But I am taking a break for lunch right now, and I will get back to it later. This state is where I'm going to stop for the night. It seems crazy. Like, I really don't want to stop here. But it's not as crazy as it looks. It's just, like, all of my pens are here. And that looks like a disaster waiting to happen. But, I'm pretty sure that is all of my pens and markers. Right there. So, my job tomorrow is to kind of go through everything. And like go through each smaller section and see if I need that many pens. I mean, obviously I do need that many pens, but those will be my jobs coming up. Lots of jobs coming up for that. Like, I've already lost the light, so I don't really want to do this anymore, but I do still have some stuff. Sorry, I had no idea what I was just recording, but hopefully you could see what I was talking about. So I do have some more boxes, but a lot of these boxes, like those boxes there, these boxes down here, are part of the bigger non-embellishment, non-at-the-ready things that are the categories that we had on the table here. But like, obviously I want to go through everything before I start like going through and seeing what I want to keep and what I want to not keep, because it's helpful to be able to see everything all together. But this is where I'm stopping for today. Alright, so I did a little more work today. Sewing I have not dealt with quite yet. I guess one more thing I can do is I can take this, a washi tape organizer, washi tape / ribbon organizer that my friend gave me, so I can, this is just like a box of paper. Not dealing with paper today. Paper is too much for me, but I'm gonna put these in with my other washies because I have to figure out if I'm gonna keep them, if I'm gonna use this for washi tape, or if I'm gonna use it for ribbon, or if I'm gonna use it for both, but I will figure that out soon. I'm gonna put this over here because on my shelf, the only thing on my shelf now, besides like the spray and then just this one thing, which is a relic from my wedding, so I don't have to organize that. I have just my puzzles, which I will probably move from here, but then I mostly have just like organizational tools, like whenever I empty something out to put it into the right piles, I've been putting it over here. So the plastic bins I got from elsewhere in the house. Some, like, I had like stamps and stuff, like random stamps in that basket, so I emptied that out. I had lots of random papers and these things, and they're all willy-nilly, random pens and more random papers and stickers and stuff. A lot of pens in here that, like these kind of things, I would have to open up every single time to find a certain kind of pen because it wasn't organized in any specific way. So I think I'm going to make these be storage for something else that's not such a broad category, and put the little labels on the zipper. But so I emptied all of those pencil bags out. I emptied all of these like case things out. And so now I can not only see all of the stuff that I have, but I have all of the spaces for the stuff to go. So as I'm going through all of my stuff in the next videos, I'll have a better idea of how much I am willing to keep for the space and the spaces that I have. That's where we're at today. Still a lot of stuff on the table, but that's the stuff that I'm going through next. There's still a good amount of stuff on the bed, but I am okay with that because it's basically all sewing or like very random. So after I'm done with sewing, I'm definitely going to go through the bed again and see, just try to get it to be like completely clear. And yeah, the hope is to be able to put some sort of board on there so I can use it for like puzzles or something. And then there's a lot more sewing stuff here, ribbons and embellishments, a lot of glue and tape and everything, but it still looks like it's a complete mess, but at least it's not boxes of complete randomness, because I know what's in that box. I know what's in that box now, and that wasn't the case like 24 hours ago. So very happy with this step of the project so far. Thank you so much for watching. This is kind of like a cliffhanger ending of a video. This is the scary part of cleaning up. If you like watching me clean up and organize my craft room and my art supplies, subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a lot more in the next month at least. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions for me. I feel lost right now, to be honest. So any suggestions that you have, I will consider, take to heart, and see if it's actually helpful for me. Especially as someone who is new to sewing, I don't really know how to store anything. And then I have lots of different art projects that I like to work on at once. So if you have any suggestions for that, that would be great. But thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you next time. Bye!